Hi all, and in the lead up to Game-Tember, it's important to remember we're still in Game-Tober. And don't even get me started on Game-Bember. So to get everyone's juices flowing and ready for the surge of games we're about to have, maybe you missed some of these. Here are 5 games you might have missed on Steam. Lucy Dreaming is a point-and-click adventure described as a splendidly British comedy. It follows Lucy as she explores the small rundown town of Figgington, chatting with its amusing inhabitants and investigating the mysteries of the town. But it's not just Figgington you'll be exploring, because you'll also be entering Lucy's mind, and let me tell you, she's got one effed up mind. Lucy Dreaming is heavily puzzle orientated, so it's lucky the pixel art is so gorgeously detailed and varied, ranging from the small town humdrum through to the surreal. It's worth noting also that the voice actor behind Monkey Island's Guybrush Threepwood is involved in this. The third installment in the world's premier thirsty monster dating sim. But this time, it's not all about dating, and if you're familiar with the first 2 installments of this narrative adventure series, you'll note some of the big changes in this threequel. You see, this one has survival elements. It's a co-op game about surviving a hectic road trip with up to 3 friends, monsters, and in addition to managing resources, you'll also need to manage the kind of wacky conflicts that can emerge when 4 monsters have to share a vehicle for days on end. Don't worry though, if you play your cards right, you can still score a date. The world of yesteryear when people were stuck with 8-bit graphics is a horror as it is, but mix that in with satanic, unsettling, nightmare-esque imagery and you'll get Faith, the Unholy Trinity. Faith is a creepy 8-bit style horror game that has spawned into 2 chapters since 2017. Faith the Unholy Trinity packages those with the final 3rd installment, which apparently is twice as long as the 2nd. Complementing the unheimlich minimal art style is a very promising narrative setting. You play as a priest in a desolate, rural area tasked with exorcising the demonically possessed locale. It's not confined to the one house, however. Expect to explore churches, forests and more. The last 5 years has seen a healthy blooming of indie horror games taking an unconventional approach to mood setting, and Faith has got to be right up there when it comes to terrifyingly unsettling presentation. Sorry, this game's got a weird name, let me get my head around it. I think it's Ftagn Simulator. After doing some extensive research, I'm told this game's name is pronounced Ftagn Simulator. Publisher IndieCN describes Ftagn Simulator as a Cthulhu roulette deck builder, but it's probably more useful to describe it as a Slay the Spire clone. I'm not complaining though, especially in the light of Ftagn Simulator's spooky art style, which carries a potent occult vibe not too dissimilar to the above listed Fate. That's probably the biggest selling point here. Another fun, Moorish, roguelike deck builder, but with an art style that isn't boring to look at. Sorry, Slay the Spired Monster Train. Speaking of clones, here's another game following in the footsteps of Vampire Survivors. There are differences though. The obvious one is that you're obliterating hordes of robots rather than vampires. Robot Resistors also has a variety of playable characters, all with different abilities. The list goes on, including discrete procedurally generated level biomes with different moods and objectives. Robot Resistors is in early access, and between now and mid-2023, the game will receive new characters, weapons, new stages, upgrades and lots more. And that's all I got for you this week, but don't fret, because next week we might be getting some chilly games in the spirit of Christmas and the winter season. And we can get rid of all these spooky, scary skeletons from out of our closets, on our roofs and anywhere else you may keep them. Till next time, see ya!